The smell hits you first. Sizzling pork, sweet mango, chili oil dancing in hot woks under flickering neon lights. For decades, this sensory chaos defined Khaosan Road in Bangkok, where backpackers from every corner of the planet gathered around plastic stools to devour pad thai for less than $1. Recently, the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration announced a street food regulation on this legendary strip. Many vendors. Many carts. Gone. The backpacker capital of Southeast Asia just lost part of its soul, and the ripple effects are about to reshape budget travel forever. Meet Somchai Jaidi, a pad thai vendor who has operated the same corner stall on Khaosan Road for many years. His weathered hands have served countless meals to travelers from numerous countries. Somchai's daily earnings supported his family and put 2 children through university. Down the street, Niran Suksawat ran a mango sticky rice cart that became Instagram famous among influencers. These aren't just food vendors. They're the living architecture of Southeast Asia's most famous backpacker district, a place where millions of tourists have passed through over the years. The Thai government's modernization push just altered decades of cultural ecosystem in a single administrative order. Bangkok's district office cited traffic congestion, sanitation concerns, and the need to upgrade the area's image as primary reasons for the regulation. But dig deeper, and you'll find a more complex story about gentrification, tourism economics, and the collision between tradition and development in modern Asia. The first shock came when vendors discovered the regulation through social media, not official channels. Somchai learned about his impending displacement from a Facebook post shared by a concerned customer. No consultation. No transition period. No alternative locations offered. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration's announcement stated that all street food operations must cease by a certain date, giving vendors limited time to dismantle businesses built over generations. The second revelation emerged from leaked internal documents obtained by the Bangkok Post. The street food regulation was part of a larger urban development plan called Khaosan Renaissance, designed to attract higher-spending tourists and luxury hotel chains. Property values on Khaosan Road had already increased since rumors of the regulation began circulating. International hotel groups, including Marriott and Hilton, had quietly secured preliminary agreements for new properties along the strip. The third and most damaging discovery came from tourism industry data. Street food vendors on Khaosan Road generated significant revenue. But their economic impact multiplied through the entire ecosystem. Budget travelers who came for dollar meals stayed in nearby hostels, shopped at local markets, hired tuk-tuk drivers, and patronized massage parlors and internet cafes. Dr. Suraporn Thanakit, a tourism economist at Chulalongkorn University, noted that each street food vendor indirectly supported other businesses in the area. The regulation threatened to eliminate not just food stalls, but an entire economic web that had sustained thousands of families for decades. When the deadline arrived, vendors refused to leave. At dawn, many food cart operators formed a human chain across Khaosan Road, blocking traffic and chanting "Our livelihood, our right" in Thai and broken English. Tourist police arrived with removal orders, but faced an international crowd of backpackers who had joined the protest. Videos of uniformed officers attempting to dismantle Somchai's pad thai station while European travelers formed a protective circle went viral across TikTok and Instagram. The hashtag #SaveKhaosanFood gained traction globally. The confrontation reached a breaking point when Niran Suksawat, the mango sticky rice vendor, collapsed from heat exhaustion during the standoff. Paramedics couldn't reach him through the crowd. The image of the man being carried to an ambulance while clutching his wooden cart became the defining photo of the crisis. The deeper investigation revealed how Khaosan Road's transformation reflects a global pattern affecting authentic travel experiences. Reports on over-tourism identified street food elimination as a key indicator of cultural gentrification in Asian cities. Similar regulations had already transformed Singapore's hawker centers, affecting their street-level authenticity. Hong Kong's Temple Street night market faced comparable restrictions, impacting backpacker visits. Dr. Michael Chen, a cultural anthropologist at the National University of Singapore, explained that street food serves as more than sustenance for budget travelers. His research found that many backpackers considered street food interactions their most meaningful cultural exchange during Southeast Asian trips. The vendors weren't just cooking food, they were cultural ambassadors, language teachers, and local historians rolled into mobile classrooms. Somchai spoke several languages learned from customers over the years. His recommendations had shaped itineraries for countless travelers exploring Thailand for the first time. The regulation eliminated these human connections, replacing them with sterile restaurant experiences that could exist anywhere in the world. But here's what the government didn't anticipate: the tourists fought back. Within hours of the announcement, #Save Khaosan Street Food exploded across social media platforms. International travel bloggers with large followings began calling for Bangkok boycotts. Tourism industry analysts predicted significant losses. Average backpacker stays would decrease as travelers fled to Vietnam's Ho Chi Minh City and Cambodia's Siem Reap. Hotel bookings dropped as a result. Facing international embarrassment and economic pressure, the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration made a partial reversal. On a later date, officials announced a compromise allowing selected vendors to operate in designated zones with upgraded equipment and standardized stalls. The selection process? A challenging task. Vendors needed formal business registration and health certificates, documents that cost more than most operators earned in months. Somchai made the cut, but only because his daughter had secretly spent her savings on the paperwork. Niren didn't. Neither did many others. The compromise satisfied no one, but it revealed something deeper: this was never just about sanitation or traffic. Tourist complaints poured in about reduced food variety and increased prices. But here's the twist nobody saw coming: the authentic chaos that made Khaosan Road famous was sanitized into something resembling a themed food court. Visitor surveys showed that many backpackers considered the area less authentic than before the changes. Hotel occupancy rates in the district dropped as travelers migrated to other neighborhoods seeking genuine street food experiences. Khaosan Road's partial street food regulation succeeded in one goal: it demonstrated how quickly decades of cultural heritage can be bureaucratized out of existence. The vendors who survived did so by conforming to governmental visions of modern tourism that prioritize cleanliness over character, regulation over relationship, profit over people. Somchai still serves pad thai, but now from a regulated stall that looks identical to others. The spontaneous cultural exchange that once defined backpacker travel has been replaced by controlled interactions designed for Instagram rather than genuine connection. This transformation represents more than urban planning, it's cultural erasure disguised as progress. The question isn't whether cities should modernize, but whether they can evolve without destroying the authentic experiences that made them worth visiting in the first place. What happens when the last authentic travel destination finally gets sanitized for mass consumption?